Hello. Hello, I am Diana from Serenity Studio Art, and I am the ambassador for CHALKOLA. They recently sent me their acrylic painting set, 32 acrylic paint set, and asked me to review it and see how I like it. So I'm going to reveal what's inside again in case you didn't see my unboxing. It comes with a little plastic palette, which is very handy, a sponge, which is very nice for when you want to get the water out of your brushes. You tap on the sponge to get the water out. A nice palette knife with a wooden brown handle, and it's metal, not a plastic palette knife, which is nice. And a set of around 10 brushes, and it includes a lot of brushes. It does not include any rounds. And 2 layers of paint. That's 32 colors, a nice color variety. So I will be using these color paints. It does come with two tubes of titanium white, and they're 22 milliliter. 2 tubes of titanium white is pretty handy. And that's pretty necessary, actually, not just 1 tube of titanium white. And I'm using sap green, burnt umber, viridian green, and burnt umber, as I just showed, cobalt blue, rose, and mauve pale. And I do add some other colors while I paint, and I will show you what they are. So I'm going ahead using their palette knife. I have mixed a little bit of the cobalt blue into titanium white. As I'm working, I do like the texture of the paint. I found out I do like I like the texture of the paint. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. It's a nice texture and good blendability. If you're following along and like to make this painting as well, I would love to see you share it in my Facebook group. My Facebook group is listed down below in the description box. It's The Art of Soul, A Creative Journey. So please, and it's listed down in the description box. I would love to see you join that, and then you could share this if you happen to be following along with this painting. You could share there. You could also tag me on Instagram or Facebook. On Instagram, I'm also Serenity Studio Art. On Facebook, I'm just Serenity Art. So here I covered the whole page with that kind of starting with the dark cobalt blue, pure cobalt blue at the top, and then faded down. I'm kind of just get lighter near the bottom, but okay, now I'm using the burnt umber with a paintbrush and just simply painting in rocks. I'm not going to be too detailed about this at all because the rocks in the end are not going to show. You just need the rocks as a foundation for painting. You're going to paint waterfalls on top of this. Wherever you would like waterfalls to be, paint rocks. So I'm going to have waterfalls coming in on the 2 sides of the painting, as well as the bottom of the painting. I'm going to paint rock there also. Oh, I'd also like to add that at the end of this video, I will be sharing about more information that they sent me. I had asked them, what is the light fastness rating for this paint? And they did send me information on that. I'm going to share the diagram / chart that they sent me. about the light fastness rating of this paint and share my thoughts with you about my final thoughts about this paint near the end. But so far, while I'm working with it, what I'm looking at is blendability and the texture of the paint. And like I said, it's very nice texture of this paint. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and I do like it. And blendability is good. One thing I did notice while things dried, a little, kind of even after they dried, it's a little bit of tackiness, kind of like more tackiness than I noticed with other kinds of acrylic paint. But then as it dried more, I just say that the tackiness kind of just was a little bit longer, went on longer than other acrylic paints. But in the end, after it dries, it's fine. So again, if you would like to follow along with this painting, I would love to see what your creation is. Please join my Facebook group. It's called The Art of Soul, A Creative Journey, and it's linked down below in the description box. Also, you can tag me on Instagram, where I am also Serenity Studio Art, and on Facebook, my business page is actually called Serenity Studio Art Gallery, but for my personal page, which I would please tag me on my personal page, that's just called Serenity Art, because for some reason they did not allow the name Serenity Studio Art, because I also on Facebook wanted to be Serenity Studio Art, but for some reason they only allowed the name Serenity Art. And my cat is meowing in the background. I think she wants to be let out. Come here. Come here. You want to be let out? Let out of the room, not outside. She's an indoor cat. Come on. And she does not want to be let out. It's crazy. Oh, yes. When you paint the waterfalls, with the paintbrush, a 1/2 inch flat, use a quick brush stroke, like a quick decisive brush stroke from bottom to end. Quick decisive. Don't prolong or take too long on the brush stroke. It kind of just gives a better effect with the waterfall that way. Next, I'm using the pale mauve, and I'm painting in mountains in the distance, and the pale mauve is it's too light for this. So in just a minute, I'm going to add just a little bit of burnt umber into the pale mauve to make the mountains in the distance show up better. And I'm painting them right on the horizon line. So you might be hearing my cat meow in the background, because I opened the door for her and she didn't even want to go out. She's meowing like she wants to go out, but when I open the door, she doesn't even go out. Anyway, this painting, keep a heads up, because this painting will be in a giveaway. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to probably be doing it in a giveaway on one of my live streams. Be sure to catch my art live streams every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now I'm adding a color that I didn't say at the beginning, Phthalo Blue. I love Phthalo Blue, and I'm going to add Phthalo Blue in the water. Go ahead and I'm adding it with a palette knife. You could use a brush or a palette knife, but be sure you do horizontal brush strokes, not vertical. Vertical would not be good for water. You want to keep your brush strokes horizontal. But yes, I'm probably going to be offering this as a giveaway in one of my upcoming live streams. My live streams are every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to see you there. We have lots of fun on our live stream. On my live stream, I usually have people that join me on the panel, other artists and friends join me often on the panel. Now I'm using titanium white with the palette knife and cutting in. You could call that cutting in the white, because wherever the mountains meet water, usually is white. Like the shoreline. It's the shoreline. And now I'm going to go ahead and add white into the rest of the water, which could indicate reflections and or little waves. Remember, in acrylic painting, it doesn't matter if you mess up and don't like what you did. You can always, after it dries, paint it over. It's no big deal. It's so easy to fix. So easy to fix in acrylic. Unlike watercolor. Watercolor, you can fix your mistake if you're trying to go from light to dark, but not from dark to light. You can never fix a mistake going from dark to light. Now I'm actually doing finger painting. Yeah, I used a palette knife, I used a paintbrush, and now finger painting, just because the sky is not a focal point, I just want to do an indication, a suggestion of puffy clouds, and I decided, yes, I'm going ahead and do finger painting just for simple puffy clouds. Now I'm using rose and a stencil for foliage and flowers, and a stencil brush. So, okay, you're going to hear my cat in the background because she doesn't want to be let out, but I don't know what she wants. Come on, come on. Go, come on. She's meowing, but she doesn't want to go. She's crazy, yeah. Now she just went. So I love using stencils in my art, in my paintings, for many different kinds of, often just for painting flowers in my artwork, my paintings, for different kinds of design elements. I have a huge stencil collection. Oh, and the floral stencil is from PM Artist Studio. I don't know where the other one is from, but I'm going to link them down below. So now, here I'm showing shots of the finished painting, and I just want to say my overall impression is I love the texture, I love the blendability. Here's their light fastness rating, the chart that they sent me, and now the next shot's going to be their color swatches, and it'll tell you the light fastness rating for each color. My only thing that I didn't like was these colors. Not all these colors dry the way they show on the color chart. I found that rose, red, and the pale mauve dried kind of darker than what it's showing on that color chart. As you can see in the final shots that I'm going to show, they kind of just don't even look like the color that they show on the tube. It's not all the colors. Brown and blue and white were fine, but you can see on these finished shots, the pale mauve, the rose, and the vermilion red, they dried darker than what they show on that color swatch chart. So thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, write the word live stream. Live stream. If you watched all the way to the end, write the word live stream in the comments. Thank you so much.